not need a large living room to gain comfort because a small one can be as comfortable and chic as the most spacious and luxurious counterparts. However, this idea will not be tangible if you keep cramming a lot of stuff into it. Therefore, knowing how to organize things is essential. You may have come across many tips on keeping things organized. Try these 12 minimalistic organization project ideas for a simple living room if clutter still takes over the space. As always, SimFoam presents you with the list. Number 12. Neutral living room decor with our organic sofa at TF Natural Home. One of the best ways to carve out a minimalistic living room is by sticking to a neutral color palette. An all-white color scheme can be a good start. However, it can be a daunting task because it may lead to a hygienic look rather than a calm and inviting nuance. Therefore, you can try opting for soft color hues. Off-white walls can be a perfect base for your minimalistic living room. Then, pair it with a cream-colored couch and rug. After that, toss some cushions with a neutral color palette, such as gray and brown. If you think it is dull, you can add a spark of interest by laying a black cushion with white stripes. It will complement the look of your minimalistic living room without overpowering it. Adding artwork is also essential to spruce up the space. However, you need to be thoughtful with the scale. Many small art pieces will only make your living room feel more cramped. Therefore, considering hanging a large painting instead. Do you want to add a subtle elegance to your minimalist living room? Try investing in a marble coffee table. Number 11. Minimalist apartment living room at _Indie Willow. This Nordic-inspired living room is not only exquisite, but also relaxing. The homeowner decided to use soft beige as the base to create a soothing ambience. Keep things down to a minimum is the hallmark of minimalist interior design. Therefore, the homeowner does not cramp the space with a lot of furniture. They only keep a linen love seat and armchair sitting by the rolling glass that connects the living room with the balcony. Instead of installing many floating shelves, the homeowner opted for a wicker ottoman that serves various purposes. It can be a lovely coffee table where you can set down your tea, candles, or decorative items while adding texture to this Nordic-inspired living room. Besides, it features hidden storage that will help you eradicate clutter. They added greenery like devil's ivy hanging from a floating shelf and jade plants perching on plant stands to round the look. Number 10. Living room organic modern at Hannah_Waring. Can you blend modern and classic styles? Why not? This living room combines organic, modern, and Parisian eclectic epically by blending the old with the contemporary. One of the hallmarks of Parisian eclectic is the use of a mirror with sculpted frames. However, you do not find only one mirror in this living room, but 5 mirrors of different sizes and shapes. These mirrors do double duty because they make a terrific focal point that throws back to the classic era and reflects more light, making the space appear to be larger. Investing in small seats will enhance the Parisian eclectic that you are trying to carve out. Then, pair them with a low-level coffee table topped with contemporary art to round out the look. Number 9. Organizing your cord cleverly via @CassieRandazzo. The concept of minimalism is always about keeping things down to a minimum. For this reason, holding clutter at bay is necessary. One of the biggest problems that may lead to clutter is cords. To overcome it, you may think to stash them away inside a drawer. It can provide a temporary solution, but are you sure you want to keep the cords tangled all the time? Instead of hiding the cords away, you can try to organize them. To do this, you simply need to get a drawer liner and lay it on the bottom of your drawer to prevent things from sliding. Then, invest in some plastic containers to store each cord. Do not forget to put on a label so that you can find what you are looking for easily. Number 8. Use available small spaces you have creatively at Homey Collection. Implementing a minimalist look to a small living room is your best bet because it can make it seem more spacious. You can begin with organizing things in your living room. It does not have to be complicated whatsoever, though. You can simply invest in IKEA lack, some trays, and baskets to store small items that tend to make your living room look messy. Number 7. 4 simple ideas on how to declutter your living room in 4 simple steps. If you think carving out a minimalistic style in your living room entails fancy furniture, think again. What is the point of purchasing exorbitant seats and a coffee table if you cannot arrange them well? If you long for the simplicity of a minimalistic interior design, make sure you do the following things. First, you need to eliminate clutter or minimize it. You can do this by removing unnecessary things, including your extensive CD collection or books. Second, you will also need to be thoughtful with the furniture, opting for the one with simple and geometric shapes rather than the one with complicated details is better for minimalism. Third, consider only keeping the pieces of furniture you really need. You need to restrain yourself from cramming more furniture into your living room. Keeping only a couch, chair, and coffee table would be enough. Then, when you see the blank walls and coffee table, you probably have the urge to decorate them. Again, you have to restrain yourself from doing it. If you want to spruce up the space, one large picture will be perfect. Number 6. Integrated your dressing room with your petite living space at It's Monica Vargas. Did you know that your small minimalist living room could turn into a chic dressing room? To do this, you can bring in a cloth rack to hang your outfits because it is better than a bulky wardrobe. Besides, you can also use a rolling cart to display your accessories. Lean a full-length mirror against a wall to double-check your look more easily for the final touch. Number 5. The DIY and desk combo wardrobe idea to complete your limited living room at Yazid Riziki Ramadhan. If you dwell in an apartment, you may know how it feels to put up with limited space. Some of you might even have to merge your living room and bedroom. This DIY desk and wardrobe combo can be your safe bet if you have the same problem. First, you need to build the wardrobe. Then, screw metal pegboard strips to the wall. After that, get some boards to create shelves. Finally, hang a curtain for your wardrobe. You do not want to exhibit clutter in your closet, do you? Number 4. Make this modern ladder shelf. We all know that a minimalistic living room needs a simple and functional furniture, which may be pricey sometimes. If you wish to salt away some money, you had better make it yourself. Besides, it is not impossible. Do you not believe it? Then take a look at this ladder shelf. You will only need 2 1-inch by 2-inch by 4 feet wooden boards and then 3 24-inch towel bars to make this shelf. Then simply attach the bars to the boards and ensure they are level. Number 3. Style File. A concrete minimal idea. Concrete is well known for its durability. Besides, it can also make a great decoration that will complete your minimalistic living room. You can find many minimal concrete decorations such as lamps, pots, and artwork. You can even create shelving units with it. Still, you have to be careful to maintain a minimalistic look. For this reason, you need to invest in the one with simple designs. Once you have your minimal concrete decorations, you can combine them with black and white art, an off-white neutral color scheme, and natural elements like rattan and jute to get the feel of Scandinavian and tropical simultaneously. Number 2. Over-personalizing your space without major renovations at Emily Reina. Playing with shapes and colors is fun. Even better, you can make it a fun and functional project for your minimalistic living room. However, You will need your own printer to print the shapes and colors you want. For example, you can highlight every essential spot in your living room, like the power outlets, hooks for keys, and TV with bold color hues. You will not want to paint the entire walls, though. You just apply some pops of color to accentuate them. Before I finish this countdown, support the channel by pressing subscribe button under the video. Please keep us in your subscription tabs for more home and garden improvement ideas like this. And finally, let's close our countdown with... Lastly, number 1. Simplify your living room reorganization without spoiling or burdening your brain with too many ideas from @MelissaFrusco and Tileco. If a studio apartment is your current home, you may not have much space for a home office. Therefore, you need to place a desk in your living room to use this area as a workspace. A desk with a glass top would be perfect because you can see through it and know what you are storing underneath it. Then, you will also need some cute trays to house small items. Finally, last but not least, a spectacular view that you can overlook from your living room. Conclusion: if you want your living room to look more spacious, you need to follow these ideas. As mentioned above, minimalism is something that you should not only apply in your bedroom. This style can also be seen in your living room. However, if it is too small, you will have to take vital measures to make it spacious again. That's it for now. Since you're still watching this video, press the like button, comment it, or share it with anyone close to you on your favorite social media channel. Browse and follow the Symphone website for more awesome content related to home and decor ideas. Until we meet again, later, sometime in the future. Thanks for watching.